All right. Test, test. Okay. Nice sunset tonight. Oh, we got our company airplane. Look at that moon. Holy moly. It's a pretty big moon. Where's my air stairs? I need some stairs. Alright, we got our stairs. We got like 50 minutes or so. Maybe less than that. Like 35. We're flying over to Catania today. My door is not open here. We'll just go ahead and just get into the airplane here. Open that door. And the back one too. Go ahead and connect the air conditioning. Cool. Let me stop talking. I think my audio should be fixed today. It is. Awesome. Alright, no NOTAMs. I'm going to look over that airport we're going to today, Catania. There is on the chart, it says an abnormal magnetic activity due to the volcano nearby. So we're going to see how that's going to affect our flight today. Right now outside it is clear skies, 1017 on the altimeter. And our flight's less than an hour, so we can use the METAR for our flight. Pretty good weather today. Same with our alternates. Cool. No significant weather. Should be a very short flight, 33 minutes of flying. And then should be good. Then we'll see if we can come back to Malta. Try to do 2 flights today, since the flight's only like 30 minutes long. Climb up to like 12,000 feet, and then it'll be pretty much we take off and then we start getting ready for the arrival. Alright. So let's go ahead. What time is it? I'm going to use this We depart here in the next 45 minutes, so we got time. Let's look at this chart. I'm going to pull it up here so everyone else can see as well. Our approach. We're going to do, right now the winds are favoring runway 26. And they have an RNAV Yankee. This is an RMP approach. We'll just do this approach because we can possibly do this one. You can see this is the volcano that's to the north of the airport, and it's an area of magnetic abnormality. So due to the lava, I'm assuming, and the volcano, well, whatnot, this will probably greatly affect our magnetic compass. I really want to see how that's going to affect our magnetic compass flying over there. So we'll just go ahead and pull that out. Turn that on. And we'll see if we can try to monitor that. Possible existence of volcanic cloud up to 20,000 feet. Jeez. And then proceed on. So our missed approach, there's two. This is a RMP, required navigational performance. We have the RMP Zulu, which is kind of like just a straight out. The difference is the missed approach, it looks like, which we'll be doing the Yankee. This one is RMP approach, possible existence of volcanic cloud up to 20,000, and this one is a possible runway heading 261. Proceed on runway heading 261, climbing to 5,000, then at 506 to be reached at 1600 or above. Join and follow the 261 radial, mountain no sum, and hold there. Pretty much just a straight out. And I guess this is for whenever there is volcanic cloud being used or being reported. I guess since there's not being reported, we can use this one, which will pretty much do a missed approach. We'll climb runway heading to 3,000, then at the same point 506, instead of going straight, we'll continue our right turn to join the approach again. Kind of. Hola, Daniel. I hope, can you hear me this time? I should have fixed my audio. So for our nav system, so let's look at these notes because these notes are important. For our nav systems with holding functionality, which we have, our nav systems without holding functionalities is what we use for number 2. So since we have RNAV holding functionality, we'll use this number 1, which we can go 3.8 nautical miles in the hold. And then for number 3, fly over the missed approach only. Where's that note at? Okay. So Takla, we fly only over for the missed approach. Hey log. How's the racing chair? So, I mean, this approach should be pretty simple, normal as usual. We'll come in and use the LNAV. This is a constant descent flight angle. Is that what that stands for? CDFA? I think that's what it stands for, yeah. So 530 is our DA MDA. Huh. Is it MDA or is it DA? Right now. We're going to treat it as an MDA right now. Actually, we'll use it as a DA. It says DA, so cool. Yeah, it should be a pretty normal approach. The mountain, the volcanic, hopefully we'll get to see some volcanic activity. That'd be really cool. Especially that we're flying at night. We should be able to see the light from it. Let's turn on the dome light. It's getting pretty dark in here. Cool. And we are 40 minutes out, so we can continue on with setting up the flight plan. We already kind of reviewed it. some of you that are just tuning in now. Very short flight over to Catania today, 33 minutes. We'll depart here in the next 40 minutes. Right now the winds are coming out favoring runway 13, so we'll see what ATC gives us. It'll be a longer taxi if we use runway 13. But yeah, we'll do that, and then be a 33-minute flight, climb up to 12,000 feet, very short, we'll climb, and then pretty much descend very shortly afterwards. And we'll get there around 9 o'clock, and then we'll do the leg back to Malta after that. We have 130 passengers. Block fuel will be 11,816 pounds. Just did a race, went from 9th to 20th, and finished in 10th. I had a penalty for speeding in the pit, so I'm finished in 18th. Dang, that's rough, dude. Gotta follow those pit rules. Yeah, the chair is great, though. That's good, man. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Alright, cost index 46, and we already talked about everything else. We'll do the Goza 3 Bravo departure, and then transition directly pretty much into the arrival into Catania. Alright, so let's go ahead and start requesting our flight plan. Yeah, I don't know what happened yesterday with my audio. Like, sometimes the streaming program, it'll just like randomly delete my audio input, like the source. So I don't know why it does that. Today we are AMC 642, and speaking about my pilot career, there's some pretty exciting stuff that happened. Once I can pull it up. Oh, here we go. Where am I? This. Yeah, so we finally passed the 7-day mark with my company, so that now makes me eligible for new airlines. So automatically I got offered a contract to Air Transat, which is located in Canada. I'd be able to do flights into North America, do a lot of flights in Canada as well. And they pay $40 an hour. No, not promoted just yet. And that's a 3-star rating airline. And then the other ones I got is Aruba. That's the other one that kind of interested me. And then the other ones is I'm not gonna really go for. Gryphon Airlines. I never heard of that before. However, I did not accept it yet, because once I accept it, then it has to be another week before I can even attempt to apply to another airline. My goal is to go fly in America in either one of these 3 airlines: Frontier, Allegiant, or Spirit. And these are all 3-star airlines. So this is really nerdy, but it actually takes business days for them to reply. So I have to wait till Monday for them to review my application. And I didn't know this, but I read this, that I'm actually competing against real-world other pilots with the same program. So like there is, let me see here, if I can just type it in real quick. So Frontier, you have 68 jobs available. So I guess they have 68 seats available for someone to fly. And I'm competing against the other pilots that are actually applying to this airline too. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. And it's based off of experience. So it's based off your pilot ranking and your experience with the in the airline world. So right now I have 511 XP, which is not that much, but my pilot rating is pretty good. It's up here at the top, 97. So I have a pretty decent chance, since there's 68 seats available. I have a pretty decent chance of getting a seat once they actually review my application. So yeah, but we do have to wait a couple days. Look at that plane departing. How pretty is that? It looks like they are using runway 31, so that's good. We'll see how that affects the winds. But yeah, we'll see if we can get into Frontier or either Spirit, and we had to wait till Monday for them to review my application, so we'll see how that goes. You can write a letter recommendation. That'd be cool. Alright, we are getting close to that time, so let's start setting up. Let's start setting up.
Roger.
Okay. So while he starts doing his thing, let's go ahead and request the fuel. And we are Air Malta 642. Yeah, so in continuation of what I was saying, I did not accept any of the new offers, even though the air transit one kind of intrigued me a bit. It's almost double the pay, and I get to fly in North America. However, I feel like I'd rather just stick it out here with Air Malta and get the contract I want for like Frontier or Spirit. I should probably just apply to American just for the heck of it, to be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna apply to Delta and American. Who knows? Maybe they'll just accept me. Okay, so let's go ahead and just apply to American. Look, they have 349 jobs available. I might be really junior, but the fact that they have so many jobs available might give me a good chance. And then we'll also apply to Delta. They have 359 jobs. No love for United, I'm sorry. No, I would apply for United, but I'm only able to apply 5 at a time, so I already had the 3. Why is it black? Oh. Sorry, it was in the wrong source there. Yeah, I applied at Delta and American just now. Cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue on. So we are with the cost index of 4.6 quadranti, and we're flying up to 12,000 feet. I think this is the lowest altitude I've ever filed for, and outside temperature is 17 degrees. Tropopause is at 40,000. We'll go ahead and request the winds. And we'll go ahead and continue on with the flight plan. It looks like they are using runway 31, so we'll just go ahead and plan for that. As long as it's not max 10 knots on the tail, then we are okay. We can use. There's plenty of runway length available, so it's not ideal to use runway 31 with the winds, but it's possible. But since we are using 31, it's going to be even shorter of a flight, because we'll take off and we'll just pretty much be right on the approach, or the arrival, I should say. So we'll do runway 31 that goes 3 Delta departure, and then Delta, yeah, and then it goes there, 8 EME 2,500, and then the rest of our flight plan is to Durka, and then we transition directly into the arrival. Very short flight. Right now they are favoring runway 26, and we talked about using the RNAV Yankee 26. We could also do the VOR, but we'll just do the RNAV. We're gonna pretend we're certified for it. So you're supposed to only use TOCLA for the missed approach. never mind. Alright, so go ahead and do that then. Go ahead and insert that. So then, with the arrival, we come in at Nelda, and then VTIF, and then CC 400, max 230 knots, and then 401, 402, back to 210 knots, and then 403, 210, at or above 3,000, 404, 210 knots, 405, and then Takla, and then we'll go into the approach from there, 504, then 505 at 2,000 feet, capture. Because we're using the LNAV, we'll just use an MDA here of 530 feet, and then our missed approach point will be the runway threshold, runway 26, and then there's our missed approach. And since this is a RMP, let's double check. Yeah, so pretty much we'll fly straight out, climb to 3,000 at 506, which is identified right there. We'll turn right, intercept 507, and then continue out to Takla and hold there. Cool. Insert. So flight plan is good. We'll go into our performance charts and get our things done. So right now we can expect 3-1 for departure. Runway is dry. We'll preliminary lane takeoff weight first. Optimal toga, no. Anti-ice off. Packs will be on. Takeoff weight approximately 135.5, and that looks pretty good. We are extremely light. This is usually 135 is what we're coming in to land with, even at best that. Like we're usually landing around like 140, 142, so 135 is really light. So we can expect our airplane to be very jerky and very responsive to our inputs, so keep that in mind. And yeah, so 138, 140, flaps 2, down 0.6, takeoff temperature 65. Cool. Secondary flight plan, just come in here. Cool. And that's still going. Are they about to board passengers? Are we done? Yeah, we're done refueling. So we can go ahead and turn on the seatbelt signs, and we'll do the rest of our flow here. Alright, that's good. Come over here, that's good. Yeah, I know, right? Jerk. Turn on the nav lights. That's good, we already did all that. Test all these. And that's good.
Passengers bus is coming.
And you guys can stay off. All this is good. I did a little bit of studying about the electrical system on the Airbus. The Airbus uses both alternate current and direct current. If we pull up the electrical page, electrical avionics stuff hurts my brain, but so we have external power, and you got the generators 1 and 2. This outputs electrical power in alternate current, and then what that does is you can see have AC1 and AC2. So that's being output in alternate current, and then this sends it over to TR1 and TR2, the transmitter. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Let me look it up. Transformer rectifiers. That's what it is. The transformer rectifiers, and that transmits the current into direct current, which is then goes into our batteries that are then charging, that are then powering the electrical system. So, pretty cool stuff. that at 3,000. Make sure we have enough oil quantities, looking good. Pressurization, we got landing elevation on auto. Hydraulics are in the green. Air conditioning, very cool cabin today. And the wheels, we got good brake temperatures and pressures. Flight controls are obviously off. It is complicated electrical stuff. I do not like electrical systems. Right, and then we already checked the McDo. This is good. Radar is turned off. Throttle's idle. Norm cut off. And transponder is good. Rudder, trim, neutral. Ground spoilers retracted. Flaps are good. Parking brake is set. And they have started boarding. Cool.
Good evening.
Cockpit
Hi,
preparation
security and
checklist?
safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Ear pins and covers.
Okay.
Removed?
Fuel quantity.
11,820 pounds.
Seat belts.
On?
ADIRS.
Nav.
Barrow ref.
1017 set.
1017 set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Cool. Now that that's good, let's go ahead and get our weather and head out of here.
Welcome on board. Good evening.
QNH1016. VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway 13.
Good evening.
Transition
Oh,
level
they're using
070.
runway 13.
Advise on initial contact you have information, Yankee.
Yeah, they're using runway 13. Okay.
Look at airport information, Yankee. 182 Zulu. Wind 105 at 7. Visibility 10 miles or more. Few clouds at 1,200.
This way.
Temperature 17. Dew point 16. QNH 1016. VFR conditions. Landing and departing
Boy.
runway 13. Transition level 070.
Welcome on board.
Advise on initial contact you have information, Yankee.
Welcome on board.
Look at airport information, Yankee. 182 Zulu. Wind 105 at
This
7.
way.
Visibility 10 miles or more. Few clouds at 1,200.
Good evening.
Temperature 17.
Welcome on board.
Dew point 16. QNH 1016. VFR conditions. Landing
All
and
right.
departing runway 13. Transition level 070.
There's nothing more complicated than having to copy the weather when you're flying. It is I despise doing it. It's so annoying sometimes. Because when I'm flying and I'm trying to copy the weather, like you have to monitor the frequency of the air traffic controller you're talking to, while you're also having to copy the weather down, which is on another frequency. So like every single time you're trying to copy the weather, air traffic control like will talk to another airplane and it just interrupts what you're listening to, and it's just like you're not able to get a good copy on the weather. It's so annoying. Isn't that right, Cooper?
Hello.
Okay. Let's put in ground.
This way.
All right. Yeah. Trying to get my ground.
Hello.
All right. Cool. Let's get our IFR clearance.
Air Malta 642, on our way to Fontanarasa.
Hello.
Air Malta 642, look at ground, expect runway 13, go no tree, departure. Squawk 1747.
departure.
This way.
Squawk 1746. Air Malta 642.
This way, please.
Air Malta 642, read that correct. Contact when ready for pushback or engine start.
Wilco, Air Malta 642.
Hello?
Try to calm down, bud.
Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Hello. Hello. This way.
Alright, goes to 3 Bravo.
Hello. This
And
way.
then this should be pretty much we'll fly straight out at 700 feet. We'll turn right. And then intercepting the 145 where you are, we'll continue turning right at 2,500. Pretty simple stuff. We have it depicted right there on the GPS. Cool.
May I see your boarding pass?
Okay, how are we doing with passengers? Can't concentrate. Cooper's freaking out. Alright, we're still pretty early. So let's go ahead and finish briefing everything up and then we'll get going here. We gotta recalculate it. So they're using runway 13. But why are they still taking off for 31 it looks like? Or maybe I'm messed up, I don't know. Not much has changed to our performance and this time we're using 13. Cool. And that's good. Transition level is 070. Oop. Why did it change my... No. Send to like do. There we go. Alright. You ready for the departure briefing? Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Great. So we'll taxi to runway 13. This one should be an interesting taxi because I haven't done this one yet. But we'll probably backtrack runway 13 and then kind of use hotel there to turn around and then we'll take off. 10,900 feet of runway available for us. We'll do the Gozo 3 Bravo departure. Winds are pretty good, weather's pretty good. Pretty much we'll climb straight out. At or above 700 we'll turn right, and then at or above 2,500 we'll turn right again. And we'll go to Gozo and then continue on. Very short flight, we'll climb up to 12,000 and this will be a left-hand seat takeoff. For any failures prior to V1, we'll board with takeoff, pull power to idle, apply the brakes. V1 is 143 for any engine failure. After that, we'll continue our takeoff. Rotation speed is 143, and then we'll climb up at 146. Transition altitude to 7,000, flaps 2, flex takeoff to 65 degrees. Let's see here. And since they're pretty much done boarding passengers, we'll go ahead and just push back now and get things moving here. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay. I'm really interested to see how my magnetic compass is going to act when we fly nearby the volcano. It probably won't even do anything. We'll see.
Here's the load sheet for you.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Clear to close.
Thanks. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay. I shall. Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, we'd like to welcome you on board today's flight, Air Malta 642 service to Catania Island. It's not an island, actually. My name's Captain Geo, and we'll look at pushing back here in the next couple minutes. We're just finalizing some of our pre-flight preparations here. Current time, we'll be looking at departing here in the next 5 minutes or so. We do ask that you help prepare the cabin for departure for finding your seats and fastening your seatbelts. Will be about 33-minute flight, climb up to about 12,000 feet. Winds are coming out from the west today, and it should be a pretty smooth flight climbing up, and then be a very short flight, and then we'll make our way down to the airport. Flight attendants will make their way around the cabin to verify the security of the aircraft, and we'll look at getting you over to Catania at around 9 o'clock. Again, we thank you for flying with us today. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. Stand by for alcohol, cross doors, arm doors, and cross check. There we go. Let's go ahead and turn that on before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Set.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 143, VR 143, V2 146. Flaps 2, flex, takeoff 65 degrees. Set and checked.
V1 1 4 3 VR 1 4 3 V2 1 4 6 flex temp 6 5 degrees. Windows.
Closed.
Beacon.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Bypass pin inserted.
Go ahead and request pushback.
Air Malta 642 at Ram 6, request pushback.
Air Malta 642, look at ground, pushback, and engine start approved. Face south.
Pushback approved. Face south.
Locking
Air
gear.
Malta 642.
Release parking brakes, please.
Brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, starting engine 2.
Okay.
All aircraft be advised, information Zulu now current, QNH1016.
I'm a little stressed because the one flight that I have to do, which I'm planning on doing it on Monday, it is forecasted to be having thunderstorms all day. Not only that, Tuesday and Wednesday. So, I'm supposed to leave on Wednesday. No, we're supposed to. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Reset parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Unlocking gear.
Starting engine 1.
Okay.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Okay. Are they done with the pushback? Cool. After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Off. Off.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
0.6% set.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist completed.
Okay. Flight controls check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Okay. Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Clear left side.
Air Malta 642.
Clear
request
right
taxi
side.
to be active.
Air Malta 642, runway 13 taxi via Victor, uniform, Tango, Foxtrot.
Runway 13 taxi via Victor, uniform, Tango, Foxtrot, Air Malta 642.
Yes.
The cabin is now secure for
Thanks. All right. Foxtrot, okay. Just pretty much head this way. Taxi checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 2.
Config 2. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Taxi checklist completed.
Okay. Alright, let them know we're holding short.
Air Malta 642, ready for departure, runway 13.
Air Malta 642, backtrack runway 13. Call when ready for departure.
Backtrack runway 13. Call when ready. Air Malta 642.
Runway entry procedure.
Takeoff runway confirmed. Approach path clear of traffic.
Approaching. 13.
Flight attendant seats for takeoff, please. Alright, let them know we're ready.
Approaching.
Air Malta
1,
642,
3.
ready for departure, runway 13.
Is that a whole short line or something?
Air Malta 642, look at tower, wind 125 at 7, runway 13, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 13, cleared for takeoff. Air Malta
Approaching.
642.
1, 3.
Line up checklist.
Takeoff runway.
Runway 13 confirmed. Set and checked.
Runway 13 confirmed. TCAS.
TARA.
Packs 1 and 2.
On. Set and checked.
Lineup
On
checklist
runway.
completed.
1,
Ready?
3.
Ready?
Ready.
Take off.
Check.
50%. Alright, engine stable. Command flex 65 degrees, SRS, runway, auto throttle blue.
Checked. Thrust set. knots.
Okay.
V1, rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
There's like a cool little port over there. Climb thrust.
1,000 to go.
1.
Flaps on.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Yeah, it is a full moon. It actually kind of makes me wonder: is it always a full moon in the simulator, or is this actually changed? I gotta double check that. Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Autopilot 1 on. Autopilot 1 on. Thank you. We don't really get much of a view on this side.
Center on 122.775. Air Malta 642.
Standard cross checked. Passing flight level
Malta Control,
0,
Air Malta
8,
642.
7.
Good evening. Flight level 081 from flight level 100.
Now. $1,000 to go.
Climb to flight level 120. Air Malta 642.
Cooper, your breath stinks, buddy.
$1,000 to go.
And just like that, we're at our cruise altitude. What do you think about that, Cooper? He's just a little bit on edge because Mediana is vacuuming the living room and he's in the bedroom with me. So he just wants to go out there and be a nuisance and destroy the vacuum. Ain't that right? You don't like being in the same room with me? Is that what it is? Or you don't like the vacuum? Which one is it? Of course you like being in the same room as me. I am your sole provider. Without me, you would not be able to survive in the wild. Honestly, you'd be a terrible. You make your ancestors disappointed. To be honest. Your breath stinks too. Just kidding. I'm not kidding about the breath stinking though. Your breath does stink. Alright, we can go ahead and turn off the seatbelt signs and people can enjoy the nice views of Malta. And we're pretty much headed that direction. You can see the volcano from here. I wonder if you can see, that's part of the volcanic cloud. There's like a little black cloud coming out from right on the peak of the mountain. Come here. Stop crying. You're a grown puppy. weather over there is pretty good. Winds are pretty calm. Enter destination data. That fast. I guess we shall. It's since it's less than an hour away, we can use the MEDAR. So let's go ahead and start planning our descent. So we got 130, 132.5. $7,900 feet of runway available. We're going to use medium auto brakes, max reversers. And that should be our landing performance. 230 at 3. Temperature 16. Altimeter 1060. Minimums is going to be a conservative 530 feet. MDA. We won't have any radio navs. Speeding ticket. It's not necessarily a speeding ticket. It's kind of the same thing that happens anytime you break a rule. The controlling air traffic control will give you a phone number. One second. What is wrong, Cooper? Chill out, man. You're acting like it's the end of the world. So yeah, if ATC catches you going too fast, so the rule here in America is you have to be below 10,000 feet. You can't be faster than 250 nautical miles an hour. And then, dude, your breath stinks so much and you're just blowing it all over my face right now. And then, at or below certain airspaces, you can't be faster than 200 knots. I won't get into the weeds of it. But to answer your question, so no, not necessarily. I think if ATC catches someone going faster than 250 knots, they'll just let them know, and probably let them know hey, slow down a little bit. But I think if it's possibly multiple violations, like if they tell you once or twice and 3 times and you still don't comply, then they'll probably give you a phone number, and then the FAA will probably reach out and see what the heck happened. You see, the thing is if you break a rule with the FAA, they're going to reach out to you and they're going to ask you why you broke the rule. So you have to have a pretty good reason to break the rule, because not one of the rules is you can break. One of the rules in the regulations is a pilot is able to break any rule in all the regulations in order to meet the extent of an in-flight emergency. So If I'm having an emergency and I declared an emergency and it's a valid one, then I can break the rule and be okay.
Contact emergency radar 123.905. Air Malta 642. Have a good evening. Emergency radar, Air Malta 642. Good evening. Flight level 120.
Yep. Where's our top of descent at? The Nelda 1 Hotel, runway 26. Roger, expect the Nelda 1 Hotel, runway 26 approach for Air Malta 642. Man, I am hanging on to a sliver of hope that the weather's going to be good on Monday. It is kind of saddening to me a little bit. Come on. Potential heavy rainfall. Chance of rain 100%. It's like solid chance. I need to think of a plan B for my trip. Because the fact is that it's going to rain regardless. My only sliver of hope is this AccuWeather source that's saying that it's not going to rain until like later in the afternoon. Oh man. Let's see here. Says in the morning, cloudy, mostly cloudy. This is 94% coverage of clouds. This is May 12th. This is my only sliver of hope right here. This is probably before 6 a.m. though. However, the fact is that it's gonna rain regardless. So there's a very, very high possibility of my flight being canceled. And the funny thing is that it's gonna rain literally the Tuesday and the Wednesday following after that too. So it's not like I can even make up the flight the next day. There's a big occluded front that's coming through, and it's just barreling through, and it's gonna come and attack us right on Monday. Alright, guess the only option really is to just see what it happens those 3 days, and most likely I'm going to be waking up early on these days for no reason, just to go to the airport and let them tell me that it's canceled and then go back home. I might just have to end up driving to Atlanta Wednesday, dropping off Mediana, and then really driving back the next day. That's brutal. That's like 14 hours of driving in one day. And then I would have to do my flight and then see if I can do a one-way ticket to Puerto Rico before the 17th. I don't even know what airports. I think maybe Richmond might be a better option to fly out of instead of going back to Richmond to Puerto Rico. they're gonna be so expensive. It's $300 so far. It's with American though, so it's not too bad. Let's see what it is on. Yeah, it's almost like $400. What did they say? Acknowledge instructions. We're ready to descend now.
Hotel, runway 26, ready for descent, Air Malta 642. Descend to flight level 110, Air Malta 642.
I could catch a Spirit flight on the 15th at what time? 6:31 p.m. What is this? The 15th? I could fly early in the morning on the 15th, and then I don't know, try to make that flight. Are you almost done? Because he's like freaking out. Okay. Going down to 11,000 feet then. This sucks because this Spirit flight literally cost the same amount one way for what I already paid on this trip. Spirit flight's $242. I might pay the extra money. It's like an extra $30 to fly with American. I might just do that. And they fly, oh no, they fly at 5 a.m. I would, if I'm able to do my flight on the 14th, no, that wouldn't be possible because I'd be driving to and from Atlanta. That's the thing, dude. It's like, if I can't make this flight, then I have to figure out what the heck to do with Mediana because she's going regardless. I don't know how we're gonna get her to Atlanta. And I don't feel, we both don't feel comfortable with her driving by herself 7 hours to Atlanta. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. The Lord is good. His grace is sufficient. Just a minor issue. I'm first world problems, really. I'm not going to try not to stress about it so much. Oh, yes. Let's turn on the seatbelts. Flight 10, seats for landing, please. And there's that volcano right there. Can't really see much about it. You're supposed to see the lava from here, but at least that's what I saw on the ground at the airport. The airport's right down there. You can kind of see the blue taxi lights. Cooper, try to relax, man. Oh, there's the airport right there. Yeah, because there's a military base that's right, not too far from it. So that's the military base, and then that's our airport over there. I already checked the trains from Lynchburg to Atlanta, and they're pretty disgusting too. Not physically, but like the timing is horrendous. The train leaves here from Lynchburg at 10 o'clock at night, and then it arrives at Atlanta at like 5 a.m. Like, what the heck? The only other option would be getting her a last-minute ticket to Atlanta from Richmond. That might be a decent option. This will be on the 14th. Spirit has a one-way ticket to Atlanta for 200 freaking bucks. This is it's so frustrating me. It's like it's also all this extra money for no reason, just for this one flight that I need to do. But it is an option. What time does this land? This depart at? It departs at 4:58. Hold up. And it's a 3-hour layover in Orlando. Oh jeez. She's already halfway to Puerto Rico at that point. Southwest does a flight. No. Delta. They go direct. But they're like 450 bucks. Jeez. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Are you almost done? Because he's like freaking out in here. Try to see if you can do it with the door open. Alright, are they gonna descend me or no? What altitude did they tell me to go to? No, here we go.
Contact Catania approach 125.37. Air Malta 642. Catania departure, Air Malta 642. Flight
Oh, there's the
level
volcano.
information Tango.
The black smoke there.
Air Malta 642 Catania approach. Good evening. QNH1016 expect the RNAV Yankee runway 26 with the top of transition.
QNH1016 expect the RNAV Yankee runway 26 with the top of transition. Air Malta 642.
Air Malta 642, descend to flight level 090.
Descend to flight level 090. Air Malta 642.
Yeah, there's the volcanic smoke there. Pretty cool. What? What is that from?
Catania departure, ZA65, 500 feet.
No, it's pretty cool though. I think it's because it's an active volcano, so it's like constantly spewing out lava.
Climb to flight level 170 ZA65.
Oh yeah, my magnetic compass here. I don't really see it moving that much. Right now we are on a heading of, what's this? 076. It's matching the magnetic compass. It's not deviating too much.
Air Malta 642, descend to 7,000 feet. QNH1016.
Descend to 7,000 feet. QNH1016. Air Malta 642.
We should be at 210 knots though. Why aren't we at that airspeed? So 9 miles out and 5 miles out. 9 we have to be 180 knots. 5 we have to be at 160 knots.
Air Malta 642, descend to 5,000 feet.
Alrighty, you're way out of you.
Descend to 5,000 feet. Air Malta 642.
We'd be way behind if we're actually following their instructions right now. Landing lights on. I'm not about to pay $500 for a ticket though. That'd be insane. And then I would have to do the same thing. No, not necessarily. Oh man, this whole wedding thing is so frustrating, honestly. If they could have just picked like maybe a week later, that would have been fantastic. But no, they had the timing just had to line up so perfectly.
Air Malta 642, descend to 3,000 feet.
Descend to 3,000 feet. Air Malta 642.
Air Malta 642, cleared direct Topla, cross Topla, and or above 3,000 feet. Cleared RNAV Yankee runway 26.
Okay.
Clear direct Topla. Cross Topla at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared RNAV Yankee runway 26. Air Malta 642.
Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and final approach fix is 505. So we can continue. Let's go ahead and start configuring. I think this speed there is, we can start slowing down here. We don't want to rush into it like we did yesterday. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
And then we can arm the approach. Missed approach altitude is 3,000 feet. We got speed, hold, final approach checked. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Yeah, look at that smoke from the volcano. That's really cool. Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
Gear down.
Gear down. Radar altimeter alive.
Runway 26 cleared to land. Air Malta 642.
Right, weather's pretty good, so I'm gonna hand fly it. I have control. I have control.
You have control.
Okay. Follow that lateral guidance. Minimum's 530 feet here. Landing checklist.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue. Landing no blue.
Landing checklist completed.
We have a short runway here, so we want to make sure we land at least on the 1,000 footers here. So I'm going to anticipate the float because this airplane always floats.
Approaching 26.
Continue. Just go ahead and correct that flight path just a hair. There we go.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel. 70 knots.
Try to get off this one here. How about Charlie?
Air Malta 642.
All right, cool. Welcome to Catania. After landing checklist. After landing checklist.
Ground 129.725, Air Malta 642.
Radar and predictive wind shear system.
Off. Off.
After landing checklist completed.
Alright, let's get to the gate here. We got, let's look at the ones we have available. 327 looks occupied. 328 looks occupied. Let's go to 329 maybe. There you go. Oh, they assigned us 329 anyways.
642. Request taxi to assigned gate.
Oh, there's the lava kind of peeking out a little bit. You see the red.
D329er by Charlie. Alpha 329er. Air Malta 642.
Logan is 100% racing. Is he at home? If he's at home, then he's 100% racing. And he's on the stream too. He's knees deep in that race right now. All right, taxi light off. Taxi light off. I forgot to plan the next flight here. Okay, I'll go to left. Right, brakes. Cool. Yeah, that'd be. You should definitely do it. See what he's doing. All right, we're below 10% here. 3, 2, 1, and we can turn off the beacon. And we can leave everything on as it is, pretty much, because we're about to leave again. Parking checklist.
Parking brake or chocks.
Set, checked.
Engines.
Off,
Wing lights.
off,
Fuel pumps.
off.
Parking checklist completed.
Okay, cool. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Catania. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. Flight attendants, the cabin is secure. You're free to commence deboarding.
Zero 1702, gate 331. Request pushback. Zero 1702, Catania crest pushback approved. Face east. Pushback approved. Face east.
That jetway doesn't really look connected, does it? Let's take a look outside. Oh, we deboard. The jetway is definitely not connected, but okay. Let me see, is it bugged or something? Let me try to reset it. It says it's connected. It's just not reading the door right then. Right, no problem. We'll handle it. Let's go ahead and look outside and then see what our landing was like. Oh, look at that one. Good. Born to be sustainable. Very cool. Very pretty. There's the Catania, Italy. The volcano. Looks better from afar. Reading an article about instrument approaches. Yeah, it's a can of worms, man. It's a can of worms. I wouldn't stress about reading into it unless you're actually going to get into it, because it can get very deep. Airport doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit outdated. Like, at least it has an interior. Look, they have like a little TSA and everything here. Very cool. Alright, though. Yeah, it's pretty big can of worms there. Let's go into the airplane and see how the landing was. Mr. Log, you missed the volcano. Yeah, you did. Well, I brought it over here. Alright, let's see how we did with our flight. And then we are immediately we have to start planning out the next one. Let's make sure they are deboarding. We got here at 1850, so the next flight should be at 2040. So, oops, where am I? Okay, over here. Alright, cool. Let's go. Let's look at the flight report. Nice, 100%. That's how I like it. Negative 211 on the landing rate. No bounces on the center line. We are at the last third of, like, this is the 1,000 footers, the big white blocks there, and we were at the 1,500, which is legal. It's still legal. We're in the on the center line, and we braked off pretty easily, pretty fast onto Charlie here. Let's double check our brakes aren't too hot, because we had to make sure the brakes are chilled. Okay, cool. They're not too hot. They're in the green. Cool. A little bit side loaded. We got like 1 degree of pitch, but it's really not that big of a deal, I don't think. Wasn't too bad. Cool. Let's go ahead and submit that. Now we should have the return flight back to Malta. Alright, cool. Yeah, back to Malta it is. Let's go ahead and put this to the A320. Select that. And how is our logbook coming along? Looking pretty good. Logan, Mr. Log wants to be like Verstappen. Verstappen. That's a racer, obviously. Ah, yes. Dutch, Belgian. Who's that one English dude? This guy, yeah. Who's this guy? What's his name? Lewis Hamilton. This isn't the guy they made the movie off of, right? No. He's a pretty good guy, isn't he? I always see him on the cover of some F1 thing, so imagine he is up there. Star of the 21st century. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton. That's who I was thinking of. Alright, let's go ahead and start planning out the next flight. We got to do back to Malta, and then we'll call it a day. Should be an even short flight. I think we'll have probably a tailwind. And we said 2040, so we got to depart. And they're landing runway 13, so it should be a short approach. Alright, cool. Yeah, looks pretty good. And then we gotta reset this. Hold up. We're departing at 2040, which is 9:40 here, and we get there at about 10:30. Okay. Not too bad. 30 minutes of flight time, 152 packs. How are we doing with packs? Are they out? Oh, they're done. Cool. And we are, let's go ahead and load them the next flight. Import. And fly. "46 minutes away." We might just leave her now since we have everyone off board. Let's start setting up.
Roger.
Yeah, since we have everyone off board, let's go ahead and just start loading them now and just depart early. It's the last flight of the night, so Air Malta is closing after this flight. So let's go ahead and load this up. Make sure my thing is working. Cool, it is connected, so it should be tracking. And we are Air Malta AMC 611 this time. Or is it 641? 641. Cost index is 36. Flight level, fly up to 15,000 this time. Temperature is 16. It's 15 now. Go ahead and request the winds. And then we'll request 26 for departure. And we are gonna do Logan. I heard on Friday I was getting my hair cut, and someone mentioned that one of the graduation stages collapsed. I don't know. Did you have to deal with any of that this weekend or no? Or at least on Friday. We're doing the Neld 5K. I don't even have that approach or that arrival. Let's change this to runway 826. Yeah, I think on Friday when I was getting my hair cut, apparently like overnight with the thunderstorm that passed by, that one of the stages for the graduation collapsed. Thankfully there was no one on there because it was at night. But at least that's what I heard. That was word of mouth. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was at night, so there was no one there on the stage. Thankfully, it wasn't like during an actual ceremony. That would be tragic. But apparently, yeah, like a guy was getting a haircut, and he worked at Liberty, and he says that he had to leave. That he was originally gonna go into work at like 1 o'clock, but then he said that they changed his schedule to come in at like 10 o'clock because they had to go in and fix the stages that collapsed during the storm. Now the 5 Yankee. So we'll do 5%, 304 feet per nautical mile. Okay, until passing 4,500. So we'll come in at Zico at or above 4,200, then Neld at or above 9,000, then Durka, then Gazo, and then we'll come in and we'll just do the ILS 13. We'll come in at Gazo most likely, or no. We'll just do final. Gotcha, yeah. Alright, flight plan is looking good. Let's go ahead and put our performance there, and we'll be ready to go here. Cool. That's all good, and let's make sure we have the right fuel on board. So we got 17,011 pounds. Excellent. So we can turn those on, turn that back on. This is all good over here. Beacon light, that's good. This is good. Cockpit preparation checklist.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
17,020 pounds.
Seat belts.
On.
ADIRS.
Nav.
Barrow ref.
1016 set.
1016. Set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay, you're gonna have to wait. Are you ready for the departure briefing? Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Departure check completed.
Go
Bypass
ahead.
pin inserted.
Okay. Cool, so we'll taxi runway 26 via Alpha, and then Golf. 7,992 feet of runway available for us. We will depart using the Nelda 5 Yankee departure, and we'll go direct to Nelda, or excuse me, Zico at or above 4,200, max 230 knots, and then we'll turn left to
Lucky
Nelda
dear.
at or above 9,000. Weather's pretty good. Visibility is good. Should be a good flight. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get weather and 127675.
Information Hotel. 19550. Wind 230 at 3. Temperature 15. Dew point 12. QNH 1015. VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway 26. Transition level 070. Advise on initial contact you have information hotel.
Cool. Yeah, we'll go ahead and contact ground 129725 and request our IFR clearance.
Air Malta 641, on our way to Lucca.
Air Malta 641, Catania clearance delivery. Expect runway 26, Nelda 5 departure. Squawk 2500.
2500.
Nelda 5 Yankee departure. Squawk 2500. Air Malta 641.
Cool, we got the Nelda 5 Yankee, And
Air Malta 641,
good.
read that correct. Contact ground 129.725 when ready for pushback or engine start. Ground 129.725 when ready. Air Malta 641.
Hi, the security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
That's good to know here. So, based off the procedures here for this airport, any arriving aircraft must depart the runway off of taxiway Bravo. We're using 26 and runway 8 will be Foxtrot. So, let's read departing procedures here. Startup will be provided after ATC has received the aircraft ready. Communications means handling operations are complete, aircraft doors are closed, stairs retracted, aircraft safely area free of vehicles, marshal available if necessary, compulsory operation. Okay. Pushback is approved from the ground. Startup of a single engine on autopilot should take place during the pushback procedure. Startup of the other engine shall take place when the pushback is terminated on the startup position. Lame. So many rules. Oh, they're already done? Holy moly. Let's go ahead and let's get out of here then. We are really early. Yeah, let's just leave. No point in waiting another 40 minutes. We can finish this flight early. Alright, cool. So everyone is on board. We'll let the flight attendants do their announcements today. First officer will do it. Cool.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Clear to close.
Thanks. Let me know if you need anything.
Alright.
Air Malta 641, gate 329er, request pushback and engine start.
Air Malta 641, Catania ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face east, Air Malta 641.
Once that EPU is online, we're good to go. Before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Set and checked.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 132, VR 132, V2 136, flaps 1. Takeoff temperature 58 degrees. Set and checked.
V1 1 3 2. VR 1 3 2. V2 1 3 6. Flex temp 5 8 degrees. Windows.
Closed.
Beacon.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Release parking brakes.
Park brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Starting engine 2.
Okay.
Cabin crew, arm doors, cross-check.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus.
Did they
A320
forget to load those up on the airplane?
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A320. Please pay attention to illuminated signs.
Starting engine 1.
Including the
Okay.
following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket contains important information about exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and the brace position, which you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew are now pointing out the exits nearest to you. Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit. In an emergency, leave all baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened. Signs on. We recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Breathe normally. Hold the mask in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take a life
Set
jacket
parking brakes.
from your seat.
Brakes set.
From the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tape around your waist.
Alright, 2 good engine starts. Let's go ahead and turn the APU off.
Do not inflate the life jacket inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate it by pulling the top. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into this tube. There is a light and whistle.
After start checklist.
ECAM status.
Unlocking
Check.
ECAM status. Pitch trim.
Let's go ahead and remove 1 notch of flaps here. 0.4% set.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist completed.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Okay, flight controls check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Clear left side. Clear left side.
Clear right side. Clear right side.
Alright. Let's Going to request a taxi.
Air Malta 641. Request taxi to the active.
Air Malta 641, runway 26 taxi via 329 Alpha Golf.
Runway 26 taxi via 329er. Alpha, Golf, Air Malta 641.
Yo. Whoa, we are zooming. Alright, taxi
Ready.
checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Taxi checklist completed.
Flight attendant seats for takeoff, please. Ooh, look at that volcano. How cool. Yeah, living next to this airport would kind of suck. The noise would be insane. Ready?
Ready.
Air Malta 641, contact Catania Tower 118.7.
Contact Tower 118.7. Air Malta 641.
Tower Malta 641, holding short runway 26, ready for departure.
Air Malta 641, Catania Tower, wind 230 at 3, runway 26, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 26, cleared for takeoff. Air Malta
Runway entry
641.
procedure.
Takeoff runway confirmed. Approach path clear of traffic.
Okay. Lineup checklist.
Takeoff runway.
Runway 26 confirmed.
Runway 26 confirmed. TCAS.
TARA.
Packs 1 and 2.
On.
Lineup checklist completed.
Ready?
Ready.
Alright, takeoff. Takeoff.
Approaching. 26.
Takeoff.
Check.
On runway. 26.
50%. Man flex 58 degrees. SRS auto throttle blue.
Checked. Thrust set. $100 knots. V1, rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Contact Catania departure 125.37. Air Malta 641. Catania departure, Air Malta 641. 1,000 feet.
Thrust climb, climb nav.
Departure identified.
1,000 to go.
Climb to flight
pretty cool. Let's take a look at the view from the right side, right seat. Whoa. That is cool. Let's take a look from the back. Nice. Very cool. That's very cool. The volcano is definitely really pretty. Worth it. Autopilot 1 on. Flaps 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Oops, sorry. Just blew air into the microphone. I wonder what all those red lights are, though. Oh, no, maybe... I don't think they're wind farms. Could that be a wind farm? Possible. I know that there's a hill, a mountain right there, like a hill, so maybe they're like antenna towers or something that's lighted. Let me see if there's a VFR sectional here. Oh, yep, I was right. It's a wind farm. Yep, those are windmills. See ya. Very cool. I didn't think they had the windmills actually simulated here. They actually have the red lights on them. That's pretty cool.
Radar, Air Malta 641, from flight level 080 to flight level 100.
Standard cross-checked. Passing flight level 090. Now 1,000 to go.
Climb to flight level 150, Air Malta 641.
I have the volcano, like there's a prohibited airspace right over it from the surface in 19,500. It's a pretty tall volcano, to be honest. Looks like the peak goes up to 10,000, but of course with the volcanic smoke and the ash that's coming out from it, those clouds can come up to 20,000 feet. Pretty cool. See, if we didn't do Air Malta airline ops, we would not have experienced something as cool as that, flying next to a volcano.
One 1,000 to go.
Okay. Yeah. Let them know we got that.
Expect radar vectors. ILS runway 13, Air Malta 641.
Some Chipotle sounds really good right now. Yes, I need to get the stuff ready for the flight now.
Radar vectors. ILS runway 13, ready for descent. Air Malta 641. Local landing runway 13, Air Malta 641.
Okay, and then 455 is the minimums. 109.7 LQ identifier. Cool. Come in at 3,000 knots. Which we need to start descending now. Okay.
Turn right, heading 215, Air Malta 641.
Interesting vector.
Contact Malta Control 122.775. 641. Have a good evening. Malta Control. Air Malta 641. Flight level 135.
Air Malta 641, Malta Control, radar contact. Air Malta 641, descend to flight level 100.
Descend to flight level 100. Air Malta 641.
No.
Contact Looker radar approach 128.15. Air Malta 641. Looker radar, Air Malta 641. Flight level 096 with information Charlie.
Air Malta 641 Looker radar approach. Good evening. Q and H1016 expect radar vectors by LS runway 13.
QN H1016 expect radar vectors for ILS runway 13. Air Malta 641.
Approach checklist.
Air Malta 641, descend to 5,500 feet. Q and H1016.
Approach checklist.
5,500 feet. QN H1016.
Barrow ref.
Set
Air Malta
checked.
641.
1015 set.
1014. Set. Seatbelts.
On. That's a no-no. Set and checked. Jeez, dude.
Turn left, heading 165. 3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 13. Air Malta 641.
Set and checked. Set and checked. Oh my goodness. I hate when he just freezes like that. Set and checked.
Minimum.
Set and checked.
Auto brake.
Medium. Set and checked.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist completed.
The worst checklist ever. A little too far from the localizer. How can he clear us from the localizer all the way out here? Starts, so we can keep the speed up just a bit. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1. $1,000 to go.
Okay, I see the runway now. Alright, speed hold, alt star, lock star. Go ahead and do that, and we'll arm the glide slope. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Localizers captured. Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
All aircraft be advised information delta now current. QNH1015. Air Malta 641. Contact Local 135.1.
Contact Tower 135.1. Air Malta 641.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Wicket Tower. Air Malta 641. ILS runway 13. Runway 13, clear to land. Air Malta 641.
Glide slope star. Again, good weather, so I'm going to practice hand flying.
2,500.
Radar altimeter alive.
I have control.
You have control.
Landing checklist.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist completed. 1,000.
Checked.
1,000.
Approaching. 1, 3.
Above. Minimum.
Continue.
100.
Light slow.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. Drive.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel. $70 knots.
Checked. Nice. Sweet, we got off on Delta, which is perfect.
Air Malta 641. Air Malta 641, contact ground 121.6. Ground 121.6. Air Malta
We're just going
641.
to taxi directly to the gate here. Not going to contact ground. After landing checklist.
Radar and predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist completed.
Taxi light off. Alright. We are done. Wait for the APU to come online here. There you go.
Ryanair 85 Foxtrot Bravo. Ready for IFR clearance to Rio Alcerios Airport.
Ryanair 85
All right.
Foxtrot Bravo. Luca ground. Expect runway 13. Gozo 3 Bravo departure. Initial climb to 6,000 feet. Squawk 5060.
Gozo 3 Bravo departure. Squawk 5060. Ryanair 85 Foxtrot Bravo.
Parking checklist.
Ryanair 85 Foxtrot Bravo.
Parking brake or chocks.
Set and checked.
When ready for pushback. or
Engines.
start.
Off. Off.
Wing lights. Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking checklist completed.
Alright, cool. Securing the aircraft checklist.
Passengers bus is coming.
Yeah, whatever. We'll skip that checklist. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and submit this flight and see how we did.
Hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Let's take a look outside first.
Hold position for traffic. Ryanair 85 Foxtrot Bravo.
There's an airplane on top of us. Oh, cool. Let me see. I think I can remove it. Oh, never mind. Doesn't want to go away. Alright. There's our airplane. I think people are leaving the plane now. Sort of. Cool. Let's see how we did on the flight. Flight report. 100%, negative 136. Nice. In the touchdown zone on the center line and got off on Delta. Got 100% on that, 50 on the XP. Pretty sweet. Alright. And I think the next flight they want us to go over to Rome again. Yeah. Oh man. Hopefully we can get our airline to go to Frontier here soon. Sweet. We have accomplished 2 flights today. Pretty good stuff today. And 2 good landings. I'm really happy with those landings. So alright, let's see here. Yeah. Alright, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.